I never imagined in my wildest dreams that my wife would suddenly be busy, asking me to attend our daughter's parent-teacher meeting instead.
When I arrive at the school, pretty much all the parents are already there. Every single one, completely decked out from head to toe. They wear famous designer brands everyone recognizes. Meanwhile, my simple suit makes me look entirely out of place in here.
Seeing my plain clothes, the teacher's eyes immediately flash with obvious disgust. She just frowns, muttering under her breath like she simply cannot believe it. Teokyo has such a highly educated mother, so why on earth did she marry a totally useless guy like you? I am just about to step forward and argue right back. But then my daughter suddenly speaks up, mocking me right in front of everyone. I do not want you at my parent-teacher meeting at all. I want Uncle Mac instead. I freeze. Then, a cold laugh. I dial my wife, asking her straight away when she finally picks up. So, our daughter says you found her a brand new dad, is that right? At this exact moment, every parent in the classroom is staring right at me. The call drops several times before finally connecting. Right after that, Liu Nuyen's incredibly impatient voice blasts loudly straight through the phone speaker. Deep Pham, why on earth are you acting crazy again? I am in a very important meeting right now. Can this really not wait until we get back home? I glance at the woman sitting next to me, pure contempt. I just shake my head gently. No, it absolutely cannot wait. Lu Nuyen yells back angrily. Fine, I like someone else now. Are you happy? I take a deep breath, slowing down. Give me one good reason. You have to understand, for all these years, I have never done a single thing to wrong her or our kid. But then, what Lu Nuyen just said feels like a knife stabbing straight into my heart. Facing my direct questioning, she just lets out a cold little laugh. Her tone is completely indifferent. You actually have the nerve to ask why? Was TOQ wrong at all? Her tuition for a single year costs us entirely too much. 300,000. And have you paid a single cent? She laughs coldly. Listen here. If I did not work so incredibly hard out there, struggling out there, you would not even have the absolute right to be a total failure, even though I had already turned my phone volume all the way down. Lu Nuyen's voice still echoes loudly throughout the entire classroom. Dear Pham, with your current pathetic status, you really do not even deserve this. You are absolutely not worthy to be QQ's father. Dead silence. My daughter's eyes are currently overflowing with pure, absolute hatred. Glaring at me like I am her ultimate mortal enemy, I try my hardest to suppress the rising anger in my heart, patiently asking her, QQ? Be a good girl and tell Dad what exactly is going on here. The very next second, my own daughter immediately blurts it out. Mom told me. Mom says you are too poor to raise me. I admit I never placed much importance on money, but honestly, regarding that specific amount, that 300,000 tuition fee is something I can actually easily pay. The most important thing is her getting accepted into this elite school. Was that not entirely thanks to one single phone call from me? Do they honestly think getting into Kim Tang Primary School only requires having some cash on hand? Thinking about this, I simply cannot hold back from questioning Lu Nuyen. You heard exactly what our kid just said. I want a clear explanation. Who actually paid that 300,000? Why stay quiet? Explain it. Lu Nuyen just lets out a very heavy, mocking sneer. Her voice is completely full of heavy sarcasm. What is the point of telling you? Could you even produce that much money if it were not for the generous sponsorship? From Mr. Mac, your daughter would not even have basic books to study with. I frown deeply. Who is Mr. Mac? Hearing my question, Liu Nuyen stays quiet. She stays silent for a moment, then smiles faintly. You are not even worthy of knowing Mr. Mac's name. You just need to know one simple thing right now. It was Mr. Mac who paid the tuition for our daughter. I unconsciously narrow my eyes, my hands clenching together so tightly that my knuckles loudly pop. Lu Nuyen, I am warning you right now. I do not care where you found this so-called Mr. Mac, but you will immediately cut all ties with him. I can handle my own daughter's tuition fees entirely by myself. No help needed. The exact moment those words leave my mouth, my kid reacts. She suddenly shoves me hard. You can actually feel the heartbreak here. She screams she only likes Uncle Mac. Hearing this,
My eyes go completely wide in pure shock. I absolutely cannot believe my own ears. Are these really the words my own biological daughter could say to me? I am just about to scold her a little bit.
But Lu Yuyen's voice echoes out from the phone once again. Deep Farm, did you hear that clearly? Even your own daughter does not want you anymore. What else do you even have left to say? If I were you, I would just sit there quietly and avoid losing any more face in front of everyone. She hangs up. Heavy silence. Looking at the scene before me, I finally understand her real goal. The reason she made me come here today. The real reason Lu Nuyen told me to come here, she just wanted to completely destroy the relationship between me and QQ. I looked down at my daughter. Kyo, tell Dad the truth right now. Do you also feel that having me as your father is a total disgrace? I finished my sentence. And she instantly nods her head. Yes, I am studying at an elite noble school, and the tuition is $300,000 a year. Mom said your tiny salary is not even enough to support yourself, so following you only means suffering. Hearing this, I do not get angry at all. Instead, I actually just smile softly. Then you tell me, who actually has the right to be your dad? Even though I know for a fact that someone specifically taught her to say these exact words. Being despised by my own flesh and blood still leaves me feeling pretty hollow inside. QQ rolls her eyes for a second, and then she just blurts it out. Uncle Mac! Only Uncle Mac deserves to be my dad. I just smile, keeping my tone extremely gentle. Well then, can you perhaps tell Dad exactly who this Uncle Mac is? But before my daughter can even answer the question, a wave of loud mocking laughter immediately erupts from all around us. How could this guy not know Mr. Mac? Is he even from Beijing? Director Mac has a business empire, covering literally every industry. Even this school was funded by him. My absolute best advice for you is to stop asking about the Mac family before you ruin yourself. Hearing all this completely stuns me. How dare they openly insult a father right in front of his own kid? This school claims to be elite. What kind of values are they teaching here? I finally realize why a kid who used to be so sweet could say such incredibly disrespectful things to me. I have zero interest in arguing with these fools. I plan to just grab my daughter and leave, settle the score with the principal later. But Kyokyu suddenly bites my hand hard. Stung by the sharp pain, I shake her off and stare in shock. I am your father. Since the day she was born, I have never once raised my voice at her. But my patience is gone. Strangers can insult me all they want, and I will ignore it. Even my own wife can say awful things over the phone, and I just brush it off. But facing absolute betrayal from my own daughter, I only feel completely frozen inside. QQ sticks her tongue out at me, pouting in pure defiance. I am not going home. I am waiting for Uncle Mac. Staring at this total stranger of a child, my voice drops into harsh territory. Kyu, I do not care who this Uncle Mac is. You are leaving with me. Whatever he gives you, I can give you too. Now watch this exact moment backfire. She snaps. You are lying. Even Mom does not. Want you? How can you raise me? I swallow down my raging fury, staring right at her. Who told you? I rely on Mom. Instantly, my wife's closest parent friends march right up to us. Well, look who is barking. Is this Miss Lu's pet dog? Yeah, if you did not know better, you would think he was somebody important. Just a useless guy clinging to a woman. If her family knew, he would be begging on his knees tonight. They clap their hands, completely thrilled with their little insults. I memorize every single one of their smug faces. These clowns are definitely siding with Lu Yuwen. Since I stepped into this school, they have been pushing my daughter to fight me. This is definitely Liu Nian's plan. But what I do not get is how she thinks these pathetic losers can force me to bow. If I did not respect the principal here, I would have leveled this entire school by now. Brat, what nonsense are you spewing? We have absolutely nothing to do with Miss Liu. We just absolutely despise looking at useless men like you, ruining your own kid's future. Exactly. A loser who cannot even afford tuition has zero right to teach his daughter anything. Pushing down my burning rage, I sweep a freezing glare across the group. I do not care if you know my wife or not. I will say this once. Anyone who tries to divide me and my daughter is getting carried out of here. My sudden, terrifying pressure freezes those spineless gossips right in their tracks. Pure, dead silence fills the entire hallway now.
The only one who keeps fighting me is my own kid. You cannot say that. These are Uncle Mac's friends. Mom said I could never study here without him. If you keep embarrassing me, I am calling Uncle Mac right now.
He will teach you a lesson. Hearing that, an absolute inferno of rage explodes in my chest. In 20 minutes.
She has praised Uncle Mac over 10 times without calling me Dad once. What kind of total mind games is
This Mac guy pulling on her? QQ, I do not care what fancy toys he buys for you.
I am the one who raised you. You do not defend some total stranger over your own father. I watch.
Her calmly, but my chest is basically ripping open. She is my flesh and blood, even if she hates me. I could never truly lash out, but my endless patience just gives her room to push the knife deeper.
Will not be my dad much longer. Mom is divorcing you right after this parent meeting ends. And then, Uncle.
Mac gets to take me home. My eyes flash bright red as I force back the emotional flood. Did
Mom say that? She nods without hesitation, eyes sparkling. Yes, Uncle Mac is amazing. He is taking me to a fancy Michelin place tonight. Watch closely here. My own wife and daughter have completely betrayed me. And this Mac guy is the mastermind. They definitely mess with the absolute wrong target today. I am no weakling you can just step on. This tiny little Mac family, they are absolute insects to me. Can crush them instantly. Wealth means nothing against real power. But my daughter ignores my fury and keeps throwing fuel on the fire. You should run before Uncle Mac gets here and humiliates you. She suddenly shoves me.
The impact wasn't actually that strong, but the utter humiliation of it hits insanely hard. Seeing this entire mess unfold, the surrounding parents immediately start
Piling on. Security, they yell. Kick this guy out right now. We absolutely do not welcome this kind of parent here. I just sweep my
Cold eyes over them. My tone goes razor sharp. You all really want to force me out? Do not forget, I am still Kiel's father. I am here to attend the parent-teacher meeting. The moment I say that, my daughter immediately whips out her phone. No, you are definitely not. My dad, she snaps. Then, right in front of everyone, she dials her mom. The second it connects, she smirks and shoves the screen right in. My face. Mom has something to tell you. Very quickly, Leonu Ian's freezing voice comes right through the speaker. Ziep Pham, I want a divorce. I had already mentally prepared myself for this. I reply calmly. Looks like you have finally found yourself a brand new backer, huh? Cannot hide her excitement. Just say it, she demands. How much money do you want? As long as you surrender full custody, name your exact price. I glance over at Kiel standing nearby and reply coldly. We can talk about the money later. Right now, I just want to know one single thing. Now watch this moment closely. My eyes turn razor sharp, my face going dead serious as I ask Leonie. Give me the absolute, honest truth. Is Kiel actually my real daughter or not? The second those words drop, Leonu Ian's expression slowly twists up on the screen. Come clean with me right now. Is Kiel my biological child or not? After I drop that bomb, the entire surrounding crowd immediately falls totally silent. Everyone stares at me with eyes full of pure mockery. On the other end of the line, Leonu Ian freezes up for a second, then lets out a cruel sneer. Your guess is right. Kiel genuinely does not have a single drop of blood relation to you. I have to repeatedly
take a few deep breaths just to calm down. Is her real biological father someone named Mak? I suddenly remember the exact day Kiel was born.
Leonu Ian absolutely insisted the baby take her last name. If not, she flat out refused to go deliver. At that time, I really had no
other choice but to nod and agree. Seems like she had this entire massive betrayal planned from the very start. Right now, to completely clear up. Who actually put these horns on my head? I completely ignore the mocking stares of the people around me. Very quickly, Leonu Ian's arrogant voice rings out from the phone again. So what if you know now?
I highly advise you to just be a good boy and sign the divorce papers. At least you can still walk away with a pretty decent compensation payout for a pathetic man who only knows how to live off his wife.
Isn't this an absolute bargain of a deal? Facing Liu Yian's endless stream of vicious insults one after another, I do not get angry at.
All, but instead I decide to rip her mask right off. It is absolutely not because I am some kind of coward, but rather because I simply needed to confirm the real truth. Now that I know for a fact Kill is not my child, I no longer have any single reason to endure this mother and daughter pair anymore. Enough, I suddenly roar into the phone. Then I slowly cast my gaze over the surrounding crowd of completely stunned
Students and parents, this whole parent-teacher meeting today, I think there is absolutely no need to continue it. Right now, I am going to give
all of you exactly 2 choices. 1, take your kids and get out of my sight immediately. 2, stay right here and go down with the Mok family. The moment I finish, the parents instantly burst out laughing. Did you all hear that? This broke loser actually dares to act tough and force us to
make a choice. Seriously, you have to laugh at this blind arrogance. They really don't know their place. We all clearly heard that phone call just now.
right? The one backing Miss Leo is none other than the Mok family, the wealthiest clan in Kim Hyde. Exactly. They just need to lift one single finger and they can completely crush him. The one who should be running for his life is him, the Mok family again. At this very exact moment, I
hate that Mok guy to the bone. I try my hardest to suppress the burning rage in my chest, speaking up with a cold tone. Maybe in your
eyes, this Mok guy sits high up on a throne, completely untouchable. But to me, aside from having a little bit of money, he is absolutely nothing at all. Hearing someone dare to insult her precious Uncle Mark, Liu Qiuqiu's face instantly darkens into a scowl. You horrible villain, I will never allow you to talk about Uncle Mark like that. I shoot her one look, the corner of my mouth twitching into a cold sneer. All right. Since
you have absolutely nothing to do with me anymore, I do not need to be polite with you either. By the way, here is some great news. Your precious Uncle Mark is about to go bankrupt. The moment I say that, Liu Qiuqiu immediately explodes, lunging at me like a wild beast. Right at this second, the classroom door gets violently kicked wide open. Everyone turns their heads in unison to stare at the doorway. A young man, right around my age, fiercely stomps in, his eyes full of pure, unhinged arrogance. Hey, Diep, what is so great about bullying a little kid? If you are actually so capable, try taking me on instead. Uncle Mok, you finally made it. I missed you so much. Liu Qiuqiu screams out, absolutely overflowing with total joy. The people around us instantly stand up to welcome him. I look at him, my mouth curving into a faint, dismissive smirk. Looks like you are the guy they all call the Mok boss. The man slightly curls his lip, shooting me a highly disgusted glare. That is right. I am none other than
Maki Bak, Qiuqiu's biological father. Speaking of which, I really have to thank you. After all, whenever I was out of the country, I relied entirely on
you to take care of my daughter. His attitude is unbelievably arrogant. While talking, he does not even bother to look at me for a single second. But I am not angry at all. On the contrary, I give him a faint smile. Boss Ma coming here in person? It is definitely not just to thank me, right? Maki Bak raises an eyebrow slightly, his face completely full of pure contempt. You got it. I came to negotiate a little business deal. Business? What business? If I recall correctly, you and I do not even know each other. Saying that, I actually have to laugh. Besides, your Mok family is barely holding off bankruptcy. What right do you have to discuss anything with me? Right then, Maki Bak's face completely darkens. You Diep trash, are you begging for death? Today, I originally planned to toss you a few $100 million just to get lost, but now it seems you really have no clue who you are standing in front of. Facing his little threats, I could not care less. I just wave him off. Who you are does not matter. What matters is that offending me means your Mac family goes down with you. Seeing the exact guy who ruined my marriage standing right there, I drop all restraint. I immediately launch a straight, devastating punch right into his face. Ki-Bak cannot even react in time and hits the dirt hard. The whole crowd completely freezes, then absolutely erupts in shock. Holy crap, Is he insane? He actually struck President Mok. If it were me, I would have grabbed the cash and ran miles away. Why challenge the Mok family?
Amidst all the chaos, Liu Qiuqiu rushes over to help Ma Qibak up, glaring at me with pure fury. You are a terrible person.
How dare you hit my Uncle Mok? I am never going to speak to you again. I just sneer and wave her off. Little brat, you have it.
Totally backwards. It is not that you will ignore me. It is that I do not care about you at all. By now, Ma Qibak staggers.
To his feet, gritting his teeth. You little punk. You dare lay hands on me? You are dead today. He screams out, men, get in here.
Right now! Instantly, a squad of black-suited bodyguards storms in and boxes me in tight. In just a few seconds, I am completely surrounded. Stop right there. Just as those guys are about to strike, an urgent voice echoes from the entrance. The entire crowd, curiously, turns to look, only to see an old man with a cane panting heavily as he walks in. Wait, Principal Vuong? Why is he here? Seeing the absolute mess in front of him, Principal Vuong instantly drops his cane and shields me. Ziet Pham, I am so incredibly sorry. I am late. I give a slight nod to acknowledge him. Honestly, I used to respect this man a lot. But thinking about how the environment of this academy has become so rotten, I cannot help but wonder. A veteran principal like him must have definitely lined his pockets. The quiet anger inside me flares up even hotter. Vuong Mingzung, I want a clear explanation right now. Even if Liu Qiuqiu is not my actual daughter, for the school you run to end up like this, do you not feel the slightest bit ashamed? Vuong Mingzung looks at me, glances over at the bruised Ma Qibak, and then just silently lowers his head. Zifam, I truly apologize. The Mok family is just too powerful. I dare not cross them. I stare at him coldly, slowly opening my mouth. So the Mok family cannot be touched, meaning I am perfectly fine to offend? The moment those words land, Vuong Mingzung visibly trembles, frantically waving his hands. No, that is not what I meant. My point is, I cut him off right there with a raised hand. Vuong Mingzung, I really think you should retire. How does that sound? But this time, before he can even stammer out a reply, Ma Qibak suddenly shoots up. Hey, Vuong. Mingzung, have you completely lost your mind? Why are you being so polite to this useless trash? He literally just dared to assault. Me? Are you absolutely sure you want to trigger the Mok family just to protect him? Hearing that, the surrounding parents and students eagerly nod in agreement. But Vuong Mingzung cannot make an easy choice here. In the eyes of everyone else, maybe he has just grown too old and confused to read the room. But I know exactly why he hesitates. He is trying to figure out who actually holds more power. The backing behind me or the Mok family. Honestly, you have got to love moments like this. I am not panicking, just waiting to see his move. I want to see exactly what choice Principal Vuong makes under the Mok family's heavy pressure. However, what this guy does next leaves me completely and utterly disappointed. After sweating over it, he goes for the middle ground strategy, absolutely refusing to let
Ma Qibak's guards touch me, but also blocking me from touching Ma Qibak. Just like that, both sides are deadlocked, making the atmosphere
inside the hole incredibly thick and tense. But how could Ma Qibak ever accept this? He arrogantly assumes that since he spent his own money building this academy, everyone must bow to his orders. A principal can be replaced easily, but if he loses face here, it is gone forever. This perfectly shows the true nature of these rich young masters. They get a little pocket money and genuinely think the entire universe revolves around them. Too bad for him, today he bumped into me. Seeing that Principal Vuong also cannot stop this arrogant young master, the crowd starts clapping and cheering for Ma Qibak. But the single most awkward person right now is Vuong Mingzung. On one side, the capital's Mok family. On the other, the guy his own superiors ordered him to treat with extreme care. He cannot afford to offend either side. Just as he stands there sweating bullets, my wife, Liu Ninin, suddenly shows up. She rushes into the hall, gripping a briefcase, looking like she sprinted straight out of a corporate meeting. The exact second she spots Ma Qibak, Liu Nyuyin's face completely drops. She immediately screams out in pure fury, "Zifam, You actually dared to strike President.
Mac, do you have a death wish or something? She frantically runs over to Liu Qiuqiu, pointing right at my face and scolding. Why are you...
Just standing there? Apologize to President Mok right this second. I just let out a soft laugh, looking straight into her eyes. Liu Nuyin, the ones apologizing,
Should be all of you instead. Hearing that, a quick flash of surprise crosses Liu Nuyin's eyes, but it vanishes almost instantly.
Zia Pham, don't blame me. Blame yourself for being totally clueless. Back then, I was already pregnant and you somehow never noticed. Just
Naively thinking the kid was your own biological child. CEO Mok went abroad to study for years. Sure, during all that time you
actually helped me raise the kid, and I am quite grateful for that. Saying this, she pulls a bank card right out of her bag and pushes it.
right into my face. There is 1 million on this card. Consider it your compensation. From now on, we are completely done. I do not even reach out to take it. Instead, I just ask her coldly, so you were literally playing me from day one. For 3 whole years, I never pried into her personal
Business at all, but finding out the kid is not even mine? I absolutely refuse to accept this massive betrayal. Deceive you?
What deception? I already gave you the money. With this cash, you will not have to worry about a single thing for life. Before she even finishes speaking,
I instantly ripped that bank card right in half and tossed the pieces straight at her face. Liu Yin, you lied to me for 3 solid years. Do you honestly think money just fixes something like this? I stare directly into her eyes, but she actually refuses to look back at me. And before
She can even react. Marquis Boss steps right up and interrupts. What lie? You are talking entirely too much. Are you just upset the payout is too small? How much do you actually want? Just name it. I have plenty of cash. I stare at him like he is a complete clown, chuckling coldly. CEO Mok.
there is no rush. Let me handle these 2 first, and then it is your turn. The moment I say this, Liu Nuyin immediately snaps back in pure anger.
Stop trying to scare people. You are literally just a pathetic freeloader anyway. We have been married for this long, and I have never once heard you mention
a real job. Honestly, if Qiuqiu was not still so young, I would have filed for divorce ages ago. I let out a pretty cold laugh right then. You think I do not work? How do you suppose Qiuqiu got into the absolute best school in the country? That was all me. You do not honestly believe that the 300 grand Makiba tossed around could forcefully buy a kid a spot in here, right? That little reality check of mine instantly makes the entire crowd around us burst out laughing. Did you all hear that? A pretty boy loser like him has nothing to offer.
beyond a decent face. He is totally empty-handed. Yeah, exactly. At least the CEO here has the powerful Mok family backing him up. Way better than
This utterly useless guy by a million miles. No kidding. Miss Leo and the CEO are basically a match made in heaven, all around us.
the parents just keep desperately flattering Makiba. Not a single person is willing to defend me here. In their greedy eyes, absolutely everything
Comes down to profit and shallow exchanges. Basic morals do not hold any value at all. With terrible parents acting exactly like this, I am afraid
Their kids will turn out just as rotten. Liu Yuyin, did you not want a divorce? I can easily grant you that wish today, but I have just one request. Liu Nuyen stares at me, her face dripping with contempt. Speak up. What do you want? Money or a house? I can give.
you anything. I just smile and slowly shake my head. I only want to warn you about one thing. After we divorce, do not come crying and begging.
Me, Liu Yin thinks I am just desperately bluffing, and her disgust somehow deepens. Whoever regrets this first is a complete dog.
Staring at her incredibly smug face, the very last shred of goodwill I held for this mother and daughter completely vanishes. You have clearly
Misunderstood my meaning here. From the very start, I never once planned on asking you to come back to me. I just want you to know that absolutely everything you possess right now is going to quickly turn into dust. And that wealthy Mok family guy standing behind you, he is definitely going to receive the exact punishment he deserves. Honestly, I originally wanted to respect our years together and let you 2 off the hook this once. But some people simply do not appreciate mercy, just like Liu Nuyin and her kid. Pathetic. Zia Pham, why do you not take a good hard look in the mirror?
and see what a mess you are? What gives you the right to compare yourself to the CEO? He barely has to lift a single finger, and he could easily crush you entirely. Leo Nguyen is about to keep ranting, but I immediately raise my hand to cut her off. That is enough. I am not wasting any more. Breath on this. Let's do it your way. Divorce. Now watch how fast she moves. Leo Nguyen instantly pulls a thick document folder straight out of her handbag. The papers are completely prepared. Sign them right now. Staring at the legal folders sitting on the table, my earlier suspicions are absolutely confirmed. From getting hated by my own daughter, to Makiba showing up, to finally getting forced into a public divorce right here. This whole entire thing is just one massive pre-planned trap. They did not even hesitate to use a kid as a convenient little tool. Dealing with this kind of trashy person? Obviously, do not need to show them any mercy. Without hesitating for a second, I grab the pen, sign my name, and shove the papers right back to her. Nguyen watches me sign it that quickly, and a flash of pure annoyance crosses her eyes. Yifam, what exactly are you smiling at? I slowly tilt my head and look at her, my eyes completely dead of any emotion. Am I not allowed to be happy about divorcing you? I seriously suggest you hurry up and sign it yourself. Otherwise, your precious CEO Mock might just change his mind and dump you on the spot. Leo Nguyen gets so incredibly furious. Her face turns bright red. Fine, I will sign. You act like anyone actually wants you. She glares at me with pure venom and aggressively scrawls her name right onto the divorce agreement. And just like that, this miserable 3-year marriage of mine officially comes to an end. Honestly, I do not even know why. But watching her sign that paper does not make me sad at all. Actually, my entire body just feels so much lighter, like a huge weight is finally gone. After finishing the signature, Leo Nguyen shoots me one last dirty look. The paperwork is completely done. You can get the hell out of here now. Miss Leo, you really should not be in such a huge rush. I let out a cold laugh, my eyes slowly sweeping over the three of them. Now me, and since we are officially done, we should probably settle today's debt right now. But before I can even finish, Makiba, the guy who stayed completely quiet this whole time, suddenly steps right up. Hey kid, did I hear that right? You actually dare threaten my family? Dip, do you have any idea who I am? Do you know how much power the Mok family holds in Kim Tang? Seeing Makiba stepping up just for her, Leo Nguyen instantly flashes this huge happy smile. Watching this circus, I honestly cannot help but laugh out loud. The Mok family? In Kim Tang, are you seriously just as blind as this woman? So clueless you do not even know who you just offended. The moment I speak, Leo Nguyen quickly jumps out and screams, "Zifam, open your damn dog eyes and look closely. CEO Mok is literally the richest man in all of Kim." Fang! And what the hell are you? She gets more and more worked up, spit almost flying right into my face. I just give a faint smile, calmly pulling out my phone and punching a very familiar number. Hello? Pass a message to the Mok family. Their dog just bit me. Hanging up, I glance right at the clock on the wall, silently counting down. Not even 10 seconds later, Maki. Bea's phone starts ringing. He stares at me in pure shock for a good moment, then shakily answers, "Hello, Dad. It is me. What is going on?" The very next second, a furious screaming voice from the other end echoes loudly across the whole room. "You absolute bastard! How dare you touch Mr. Diep's people?" Makiba forces an awkward laugh. "Dad, let us calm down a bit. There are people around here. Please save me some face." Will you? Hearing that, the guy on the phone gets even angrier. Do not call me Dad. I do not have a son as stupid as you. Listen to me. If you still want to survive in Kim Tang, apologize to Mr. Ziep right this exact second. If you do not, then do not ever come back home. Makiba has never seen his dad this mad before, practically wetting his pants in fear. Hanging up the phone, he shakily walks right up to me, bowing a full 90 degrees. He speaks with pure terror. "I am so sorry, Mr. Diep. I was wrong. I will return your wife and kid to you. Please, just leave me a way out." I pinch my nose and frown.
a grand young master of the mock family.
And you do not even want your own wife and kid anymore? That really does not suit your status. The second I finish speaking, Mak Kiba instantly
Drops hard to his knees. No, no. In front of you, I do not dare call myself a young master. Please treat me like trash and let me
go. After saying that, he just keeps slamming his head down, not even caring that his forehead is completely busted and bleeding. Witnessing this wild scene, right in front of them, everyone around just stares wide-eyed, faces full of absolute shock. From taking that phone call to Maki, Ba admitting his mistake, the whole thing took less than 10 minutes. Everyone is looking at me completely bewildered. What in the world is actually going on here? How does this kid know the head of the Mock family? You are asking me? Who am I supposed to ask? But that phone call just now really did sound exactly like Elder Mock's voice. Stop scaring me. If this is actually real, then does that not mean every single one of us
is completely doomed? Now watch his next move. I totally ignore all the whispering around me, slowly walking right up to Liel Nguyen with a knowing smile.
Miss Liu, do you feel any regret now? Liu Nguyen just stares at me with wide, stunned eyes. Ziep Pham, who are you really? Right as
I am about to speak. Vong Ming's Young, who was silent this whole time, hurriedly runs over looking absolutely miserable. Mr. Ziep,
I'm so sorry for my past behavior. I was foolish. I never should have hesitated. I just found out that you are from the Diep family.
the son of the richest billionaire in the world. His words hit like a massive thunderbolt on a clear day, making the entire hall instantly go dead silent. Before this, everyone was just laughing at the old principal, thinking he was too blind to see the situation clearly. But in my eyes, he is the one who saw through things the clearest. Liu Nguyen, right after hearing all of this, goes completely stiff. While the crowd is still in shock over my true identity, Liu Nguyen bursts into tears and drops to her knees.
Right in front of me. The parents in the classroom look at me with completely different eyes now, just full of pure awe. Even Liel.
Kiyo, who looked down on me the most, is shrinking back and trembling, hiding in a corner. I look down at her and softly sigh. You should feel incredibly lucky that you are not quite an adult yet. Otherwise, your ending would be exactly the same as your parents. Hearing that, Liu Kiyo lets tears of regret roll down her cheeks. Dad, I know I was wrong. I was just being impulsive before. Can you? Please, give me one more chance to start over. I promise I will listen from now on and stop comparing myself to others. By the end, Kiyo is sobbing uncovertly. I just curl my lips slightly and speak in a cold tone. Little girl, I thought you were just a bit stubborn. I never expected your heart to be so dark. If I had not noticed something was wrong this time, you and your mom would have probably scammed me for my entire life, right? You better start living a bit more humbly. Otherwise, I really would not mind making you disappear from Kim. Entirely. I intentionally say that last part, so Liu Nguyen hears it too. The mother and daughter glance at each other, then silently drop their heads down low. You know exactly what happens next. After dealing with this family, Vung Mingzun tries keeping me for a meal to apologize. But I do not even bother giving him a single glance, just turning around to leave. Liu Nguyen tries holding me back, but she gets coldly rejected. We are divorced. And someone like you, I do not even spare a second look. As for what happens to those two later on, it has absolutely nothing to do with me anymore. Many years later, I receive a random text message from an unknown number. The content is incredibly simple. Just one single line. Mr. Diep, your daughter really misses you. Could you please come back for a visit? After reading that, I instantly hit the delete button. Block the number right away. From this moment on, I am entirely on my own and finally free.